There's an ancient Japanese philosophy the samurai used before stepping into battle, and its absence might be the exact reason you're not taking action in your own life. We live in the information age. Courses, mentors, data, strategies, everything is at your fingertips. In theory, anyone could start a business, change careers, or build a new life. But that's not what's happening. People aren't failing because they lack information. They're failing because they don't act. You research for months. You plan for years. You analyze every detail until the spark dies. And then you wonder, why can't I just start? The answer is simple. You're overthinking. Every decision drains mental energy. Add fear, insecurity, and expectations, and you get paralyzed. The Japanese understood this centuries ago. That's why they created a state of mind called kun no kai, the world of emptiness. Not mystical emptiness, but freedom from the noise in your mind so you can act without hesitation. Miyamoto Musashi, the greatest samurai in history, wrote, "In the void there is wisdom. The way exists. The mind is empty." He wasn't talking about meditation. He was talking about survival. In a duel, if you think too long, you die. And your life works the same way. Opportunities appear, and you either act or think until they vanish. Society trained you to analyze everything but not to move. That's why most people stay stuck, drowning in hesitation, haunted by the words, "What if I had tried?" But there is a way out, and it's not thinking more, it's thinking less. It's stepping into kun no kai, where you act freely, flow effortlessly, and break the cage of overthinking. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how. Before we begin, comment below. What's the one thing you want to do, but always get stuck just thinking about? Chapter 1. The Woman Who Never Started. This story applies to anything. Business, studies, relationships. You've probably met someone like this. Naturally gifted, sharp-minded, respected by everyone, yet stuck in place. That was Emily Carter. At 28, Emily worked as an analyst, but everyone saw she was built for leadership. She solved every crisis, unlocked every stalled project, and handled clients better than her bosses. She had the kind of business instinct you can't teach. Everyone recognized it, except her. Emily wasn't weak. She wasn't lazy. She was trapped in her own thoughts. Whenever an opportunity appeared, she didn't move. She analyzed. A colleague suggested she start a consulting firm. Emily spent 3 months studying business models, pricing, competition, taxes, until the moment passed. Another friend invited her to join a startup. 2 months of hesitation later, the friend partnered with someone else, and the company skyrocketed without her. Emily wasn't indecisive. She was a prisoner to overthinking. Was she afraid? Yes, but it wasn't fear that stopped her. It was her attempt to think her way out of fear. And the more she thought, the more her mind created reasons to stay still. What if I fail? What if I'm not ready? What if I lose everything? Questions with no answers, because the future doesn't exist yet. But Emily believed she could control the future by analyzing it. Spoiler, she couldn't. No one can. And that's when Ko stepped into her life, and everything began to change. Chapter 2. The Meeting with Ko. Ko was 56, Japanese, born in Kyoto, later settling in the US. She ran a small but respected interior design company. Not massive, but steady, profitable, and admired. She met Emily at a business fair. Emily was representing her company. Ko was showcasing her designs. But what drew Ko in wasn't Emily's booth. It was Emily's voice. Ko overheard her presenting a project. The clarity in Emily's explanations, the way she simplified complex problems, the way she instinctively understood what the client needed, even before they said it. Ko immediately recognized what Emily couldn't: untapped potential. After the presentation, Ko approached her. "You're very good at what you do," she said gently. Emily smiled shyly. "Thank you. I just do my best." "No," Ko replied. "You do far more than your best, but you only do it for others, never for yourself." Emily froze, unsure how to respond. Then Ko made an offer. "I'm expanding my company. I need someone who understands people, strategy, and business. Someone like you. Would you join me for a meeting? Maybe we can even become partners." Emily's heart pounded. This was the kind of opportunity she'd always dreamed about. But instead of accepting, the old habit surfaced. "Can I think about it?" Ko didn't look surprised. She simply nodded. "Of course. Let me know when you decide." And Emily walked away, her mind spiraling with 1,000 thoughts. Chapter 3. The Prison of the Mind. For 3 long weeks, Emily drowned in thoughts. She barely slept. She made spreadsheets, researched markets, studied interior design, anything to quiet the voice of doubt. What if I'm not qualified? What if Ko is difficult? What if the company fails? What if I lose everything? Every question created 10 more. Every answer created 100 new fears. She wasn't looking for readiness. She was looking for certainty, and certainty doesn't exist. After 3 weeks, Ko finally called. "Emily, have you decided?" I'm still analyzing. Let's meet for coffee tomorrow," Ko said gently. "There's something I need to tell you." They met in a quiet cafe. Ko ordered green tea, Emily a strong black coffee. Then Ko looked at her with calm intensity. "Why haven't you said yes?" Emily hesitated. "I'm afraid I'm not ready, that I don't know enough, that I'll fail." Ko nodded. "And when do you think you will be ready?" Emily said nothing. "Never." Ko said softly. "Because you're not waiting to be ready. You're waiting to be sure, and certainty doesn't exist." Emily's chest tightened. Ko continued. "In Japan, my grandfather taught me a concept from Kendo, Sekai, the world of emptiness. It's not emptiness of purpose, but emptiness of interference. No overthinking, no paralyzing fear." She took a slow sip of tea. "When you fight with a sword, thinking gets you killed. There's no time for analysis. You act. Your body knows what to do. Your mind just needs to step aside." Emily listened in silence. "Do you know why I invited you?" Ko asked. "Because you have talent, vision, and potential. But you're stuck. Not from weakness, from overthinking." Emily felt tears forming. It was the truth. "I was just like you," Ko said. "When I came to the US, I almost didn't start my company. Not because I lacked skill, but because I was terrified. What changed was remembering Kunoskai. Thinking doesn't kill fear. Action does." Ko gently held her hand. "You don't need certainty. You need courage. The path is built by walking, not by planning." For the first time in weeks, Emily felt clarity wash over her. "I accept," she said quietly. "I want to be your partner." Ko smiled. "Good. We start Monday." Chapter 4. The Awakening of Flow. Emily didn't sleep that night, not from fear, but from excitement. She dove into research on Konnoki, and for the first time, everything clicked. It wasn't about shutting off thought. It was about not letting thought stop you. It was presence without paralysis, action without obsession over the outcome, trust in the process instead of the illusion of control. She read Musashi, The Book of Five Rings, and the concept of Mushin, the mind without clutter. Suddenly, her entire life made sense. She had never lacked knowledge. She had simply drowned in analysis. What she needed wasn't more information. It was less mental interference. When Monday arrived, she began working with Ko and immediately noticed something shocking. Ko didn't overplan. When a client requested a design, she didn't spend weeks perfecting sketches. She drafted, presented, adjusted, delivered. "It doesn't have to be perfect," Ko said. "It just has to be workable. We refine along the way." For someone like Emily, who always waited for perfection before acting, it felt revolutionary. But it worked. Clients loved the speed, the openness, the flow. Slowly, Emily changed. She stopped waiting for flawless plans. She began acting with the plan she had. Mistakes became feedback, not failure. Variables became manageable, not overwhelming. And then something incredible happened. The business grew, not because Emily gained new skills, but because she finally freed herself. Free from perfection, free from hesitation, free from the cage of overthinking. Within 6 months, Emily and Co weren't just partners, they were friends. The company was thriving, and Emily was experiencing something she had never felt before. Purpose, with lightness. Chapter 5. The Invitation. A year later, Co called Emily with unexpected news. "I'm visiting my family in Kyoto," she said, "and I want you to come with me." Emily blinked. "Me? Seriously?" "Yes," Co smiled. "I want you to meet people who live Kunosikai every day. Artisans, masters, simple souls with profound wisdom. You gave me a new life, Emily. Now I want to give you a new perspective." 2 weeks later, they were in Japan, and what Emily witnessed changed her forever. She met a master potter who never measured or planned. He simply shaped the clay with presence. "If I think too much, the clay stiffens," he said. "It feels my fear." She met a sushi chef who didn't rely on strict recipes. She trusted her senses, the texture of the fish, the warmth of the rice. "Food isn't science," she said. "It's art, and art is felt, not calculated." She met a 70-year-old kendo practitioner who still trained every day. "I don't fight my opponent," he told her. "I flow with him. When he strikes, I've already moved, not because I thought, but because my body knew." And finally, Emily understood. Kunosikai wasn't recklessness. It wasn't lack of preparation. It wasn't ignorance. It was acting from essence, not fear. Trusting in what you already know, rather than chasing certainty. Living in the present instead of trying to control the future. When Emily returned to the United States, she was no longer the same person. Fear still existed, but it no longer ruled her. She didn't have all the answers, but she didn't need them. She couldn't control the future, but she had learned how to build it, one fearless step at a time. Chapter 6. The Science Behind the Void. Kunosikai isn't just ancient Eastern wisdom. Modern science confirms it. Researchers studied the brains of people performing at their absolute peak. Elite athletes, top surgeons, world-class artists, entrepreneurs. And they all shared one surprising trait. Their prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for analysis and overthinking, became quieter. In other words, when humans perform at their best, they think less. Another study tested elite athletes' reaction times. When they tried to consciously control every movement, their performance dropped. Why? Because the brain's automatic system is far faster than conscious thought. You process around 11 million bits of information per second, but only 40 reach conscious awareness. The rest is handled automatically, effortlessly. When you force everything into consciousness, you overload the system. It's like trying to drive while narrating every motion. Turn the wheel 15 degrees, press the pedal 20%. You'd crash. Driving isn't thought, it's felt. Life works the same way. Neuroscientists call it neural efficiency or flow state. Samurai called it kunosikai centuries ago. Different names, same truth. Your instincts, your training, your experience know far more than your overthinking mind. And when you stop interfering, you finally perform at your peak. Chapter 7. How to live the way of Kunosikai. By now you're probably thinking, I get it, but how do I actually live this? Here's the paradoxical truth. You don't apply Sekai, you remove what blocks it. Let's break it down. Number 1. Stop chasing certainty. Seek clarity. Certainty is an illusion about the future. Clarity is power in the present. You will never know for sure if a business will succeed. But you can know exactly why you want to start it. And that clarity is enough to move. Number 2. Train until thinking becomes unnecessary. Mastery is muscle deep, not mind deep. Emily didn't become great at business by reading about business. She became great by doing it, again and again and again, until her actions moved faster than her thoughts. This is how all true skill is forged. Number 3. Think little, move fast. You don't need the perfect strategy. You just need the next step. Not next week. Not when everything is ready. Today. Small steps compound into unstoppable momentum. Number 4. Embrace mistakes like water embraces obstacles. Water never argues. It simply flows around whatever blocks its path. Made a mistake, flow forward. Failed, flow again. Sekai is not about perfection. It's about continuous movement. Number 5. Trust the process, not the outcome. You don't control success. You only control the effort. When you live fully inside the process, results stop being goals and start becoming natural consequences. This is the way of Sekai, present, fluid, unforced, yet unstoppable. Chapter 8. The Final Paradox. Here's the deepest truth. You will never reach Sekai because you are already in it. Think back to childhood. You didn't try to play, you just played. When you were fully immersed in something you loved, you didn't think about doing it, you simply did it. Your best moments of flow didn't require effort, you were already there. Sekai isn't learned, it's remembered. It's about unlearning overthinking, returning to the natural state before fear, expectation and doubt clouded your mind. Emily realized this. Today, she and Co. run a thriving business, but more importantly, she carries peace. Peace with not knowing. Peace with the process. Peace with mistakes. And that peace doesn't make her less effective, it makes her freer. Because freedom is the true measure of success. Titles can be lost, money can vanish, status can fade, but freedom, once found, never abandons you. Miyamoto Musashi wrote, "When you understand the way, you will see the way in all things." He wasn't talking about swords, he was talking about life. Sekai isn't a technique, it's a way of being, waking up without anxiety and simply doing, making decisions without doubt and simply choosing, beginning without having everything figured out and simply starting. Life has always wanted you to live this way, flowing, present, free. But you were too busy thinking to notice that you were already there. The final invitation: stop overthinking, start flowing. Sekai isn't somewhere far away, it's here, right now. Stop searching and simply be. If this video touched you, subscribe for more, leave a like and comment. What's the one thing you want to do but get stuck just thinking about? Be present. Walk with honor. Follow your path. See you in the next video.